Um, I've recently started to write books, and one of the interesting things about a novel I found is that you're separated through your audience through space and time, and so the goal is to create a bond with that audience. And when you're separated by space and time, and the way most novelists get around that is that they want to be clear in their own mind, and then they use all their techniques to project that image to the reader. Of course, that's too simple for me. But it neglects another way of telling a story, which is to allow the audience to make their own connections. And so you basically just set up the situation. So to me, as a writer, it's kind of fun to think, what is the least amount of information I can project while giving some focus to the story? Because the human brain, I think, really has an ability in the absence of information to create information. In cataloging class, actually, in library school, I learned this, that if you well, you were talking about having October labels on books, and if for some reason some of the October pumpkin labels are orange and some are red, people will assume that there's a reason for that, and they'll only decide that the red ones are the good ones and the orange ones are the bad ones. And it's actually true that people will make connections, and I mean, that's how rumors get started, or people vote Republican. So, so in the Ice Girls book, I mean, and this also comes from my background in history, you only get things that definitely exist. You get transcripts of dialogue, you get the internal dialogue of one character, you get memos, you get speeches, and you get these parables. And so anything else, I mean, there's no descriptions of characters or anything like that, only if they're sort of useful. So again, it's the idea of, and so when we're reading the script out, there really, well, if you read the book, there's actually no description of who these people are, they're just the voices. And so as you're reading them along, you can create who these characters are and who they are. And the only clue that you get is the one person's interaction with them. So that's, and then with the other book that's out there, my second book, Pass the Damn Salt Please, it's basically only exists as dialogue. And so the only information you get is the dialogue as it actually happens. You don't get he said softly or even anything like that. It's just the facts, ma'am. And then theoretically you, the audience or the reader, supplies that. So with that, breakthrough, once again, we're going through another brainstorming section of the Danish Match Company DMC.